One of the things that's interesting about the field of desktop support is there is a tremendous amount of variety in just what you might be doing in that job. In this nugget, we're going to have some fun. I took a real job in an area of the United States, and we're going to break it down task by task and role by role for you inside that job. By the time you're done with this nugget, you would be able to describe some specific tasks associated with a sample desktop support job role. So this job was advertised as a desktop support specialist. And I know before we get into the specific tasks and roles that you would need to fulfill, please understand that this is in Massachusetts in the United States. And I know what you're going to be thinking. What would it pay? This job was advertised as $20 to $30 per hour. What you would be doing is collaborating with existing vendors. This is so common. You need to be able to speak to potential people at Microsoft, let's say, or maybe some Ubuntu professionals and maybe some application vendors, and you need to coordinate with them so that you understand what you can do inside of the organization you're working for to get the most out of the technology and software that you're using. This job also required that you consult with the IT support team and design departments to make sure that the projects for technology that they're rolling out are in line with the company's plans. You see, one of the things that's so key in information technology today is that we are not just rolling out new technology because it's cool and sounds fun and sounds interesting. We need to roll out projects and technologies because we need to make sure that we are helping the company achieve its business goals. Maybe one of the goals of the company is to improve revenue year to year. So, all right, we got to make sure that we're improving the overall revenue of the organization, and we need to make sure the technology is meeting that goal. Something else that's very common that we have to do in the desktop support specialist role is to monitor the performance of the company's desktop infrastructure. So we're constantly monitoring the performance to make sure it's not a problem. And notice we should also be able to make suggestions on how we can improve the operational efficiencies of the technologies that are in use. This is one of my favorite areas. I kind of obsess about getting the very best performance out of the technologies that I use every day. This job would also require that we evaluate applications and software patches. And one of the reasons we're doing this is to see if it's going to solve issues that we might be having with the desktops in the environment. Something else we might need to do is provide for the deployment and software installations and testing of network connections. And it's almost always the case that whatever specific role you have within desktop support, you need to be able to troubleshoot, and troubleshoot some more. Applications, desktop operating systems, printers, and peripherals. What might be an example of a peripheral? Well, maybe there's some scanning devices that we need to support. Or maybe there's a bunch of very specialized video equipment that we must maintain. So there is a tremendous amount of variety in this field, and that's one of the things that I love about it. Notice in this one specific job posting that I picked out of a wide variety that I could have chosen from, in this one example, there was a tremendous amount of variety about what we were doing. You will often find in the area of desktop support that some of the roles might be biased towards the hardware, some might be biased towards the software of the desktop, and some of the roles may incorporate tasks from both the hardware and the software. The amount of interaction you have with external vendors and with internal teams within an organization is going to be another point of variety. I hope this nugget has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.